Everyone, from me, Brent Graham, and welcome to the Stage 5 betting preview of the Tour de France. We had one incredible Stage 4, and we'll touch on that in just a bit of a second. Stage 5 looks a little bit more straightforward, but we'll have a look at all of the latest betting and make a call on who to back. Right, if you do like the channel, hit the like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to hit the bell as well. Stage 4, well, Tadej Pogačar, he broke the run of 3 successive outsiders winning when he won Stage 4 as the firm favourite. He could be backed at 5-2 this morning at World Sports Betting. He won the stage with a late attack on the Col de Galibier. It was really unbelievable how quickly his team rode up that a long climb, putting everyone under pressure. Very soon, Vingegaard didn't have any teammates with him, and guys were really hanging on in the end there. Pogačar attacked late. There was a big headwind on the climb. He didn't want to go too early, but he managed to get about 10 seconds over Vingegaard at the top of the climb. That gap stayed fairly stable down the technical section of the descent, but then Pogačar's superior strength on the day counted, and he managed to, in the end, win the stage by 35 seconds from Remco Evenepoel, who once again rescued things quite nicely. Juan Ayuso, he's an interesting one. Of course, I had him to win the stage at about 60-1. That was never really a runner. The only way that any of my fancies were actually going to have a chance was if Pogačar was caught and they finished a small bunch sprint. But interesting, I think it was Almeida at one stage got a bit annoyed with Ayuso for sitting at the back of the bunch and not coming to work. And I wonder if he wasn't trying to perhaps win the stage for himself, not much of a team player perhaps. But full credit to him, though, when he did come to the front, he looked actually bloody strong. And he managed to get third spot and stop Roderick and Vingegaard getting any time bonuses there. So, yeah, certainly the break never really had a chance today, and Pogačar looked good. But I don't know, Vingegaard, I don't think he'll be that unhappy at this stage with the 37-second time loss. What will concern him, though, I think, is the strength of his team. Jorgensen fell away quite quickly, and Kelderman as well. So, yeah, looking a little bit shaky there on the team front. Let's have a look at the yellow jersey. With time bonuses, Pogačar now 45 seconds ahead of Evenepoel and 50 seconds ahead of Vingegaard. He's in, you can get about 4-10 on him, 2-1 Vingegaard, Evenepoel 12-1, and you can get now 25-1 Ayuso, who's moved ahead of Roderick, who's 35. Might be a little bit premature to put Ayuso ahead of Roderick in the betting, because it's hard to see a situation unless Pogačar bombs out where Ayuso can win the Tour. Right, let's have a look at the green jersey. Jonas Abramson still leading, but big moves today from Gourmet and Pedersen, who did very well, I think, to win that intermediate sprint. And he's now closed up within 4 there. Right at the bottom, there's Jasper Philipsen on 38 points. This next stage is going to be a big one for him. Pedersen has actually shortened into the sort of 2-1 favorite there now, with Philipsen a similar price, and you've got Gourmet at 4.7. And those are the only ones I'm really interested in at this stage as far as the jersey goes. Having a look at the mountains classification, we've got Pogačar there, the favorite. He's now moved to second place. He's only scored on that one mountain, but it was 20 points for an out-of-category climb. And, yeah, very interesting. I'll stand by my guns and say that I don't think he wins the King of the Mountains. But, yeah, perhaps a little bit of value there. I did back him pre-tournament, or pre-tournament, I suppose is an okay way to say that. Felix Gall at 21, because he lost some time today. Not enough to be given a lot of rain, but he might turn his focus onto the King of the Mountains. I'd be quite happy to see that. Right, let's move on and tell you about World Sports Betting Special. This is going to be relevant. I'm backing. My bet today is with World Sports Betting, and that's a refund if your rider finishes second place up to a maximum of 5,000. There are terms and conditions, so check out their site for that, but ultimately it's pretty straightforward. Right, let's have a look at the route. Totally different to what we saw in stage 4. We've got a fairly flat track here, a bit of a rise after sort of 70 kilometers, unclassified climb. They then descend a bit and go up a Cat 4 climb, 1.5 kilometers at 4.3%. And the final climb, 3 kilometers at 4.8%, cresting there at about 142 kilometers, which means in this 177 kilometer stage, about 35 Ks from the finish. Looks a pretty straight finish, and the last kilometer not too technical. So we hopefully get a nice clean sprint in this one. Let's have a look at the betting. Jasper Philipsen, he missed the sprint, of course, in stage 3, caught up in that accident. He's 11-10 for the win, no doubt. He'll have Mathieu van der Poel leading him in the straight. Dylan Groenewegen impressed me actually in the first stage. Seems to be getting some of his speed back. He's 11-2. Arnaud De Lee 13-2. Mats Pedersen 10-1. I would love a good result for Pedersen for the green jersey race. But for me, he just needs to time his run a little bit better. I know he wasn't happy with his lead-out train at the end of the last stage. And if they can just time things better and release him 50 meters later to the front, I think he's definitely worth a podium spot. De May, of course, being shown a lot more respect by the bookies now. He's 11-1, as is Cavendish. Love to see Cavendish win this one. And 14-1 and better the balance there. I'm going to go with Philipson here. Now, but I'm taking 11-10. That's generally the price on him, and that's the price at WSB. I have seen over 13-10 at Bet Exchange. But in this particular scenario, where I expect Philipson to be right there at the business end, and I'm putting a little bit of a bigger bet on, I want to take it with that second place insurance. So if he just gets pipped, I can at least get my money back. I am expecting him to win this one, and at the very least, hopefully, get second spot. So a little bit of insurance for that bet. I'm taking 3 units from Philipson to win at 11-10. Let me know your thoughts on the stage, and for that matter, on the race so far. A couple of days now where I guess Pogačar can sit fairly quietly in the yellow jersey, let the sprinters teams do the work. Our next big rendezvous as far as the GC goes is on Friday when we've got a time trial. That's going to be very interesting indeed. And it's going to be interesting to see where Vendegaard sits, because he impressed me, like I said today, but I got the feeling at the end of the stage that he was absolutely stuffed. And if his team is weak, then he may well crack at some point over this Tour de France. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you for the Stage 6 preview either late on Wednesday night or early Thursday morning.